Alright guys, look at all these bikes. Tons and tons of bikes. I want to be riding these for the next 3 days. Alright, so today we're taking out this one. Take a look at this. This is the Road King Special. One of my favorites. Definitely one of my favorites. I absolutely like. Last year I actually took one out. It was the Venom Green. This is the different color green, which is interesting. Alright, so we're going to take this one out. Oh, this is very comfortable. I'm actually 6'4", 235 pounds. This one is very nice. I can really stretch out on this one. Got your standard Harley Davidson mirrors. These seem like they're a little bit easier to move around. Alright, so the interesting thing on this, so normally, apparently they have a key fob, but on these demo bikes, I heard that they've taken away all the security, so there's no security. Because they don't want people running away with the key fob. Take a look at all those fancy lights on there. Alright, so then this is you turn it on here. Make sure you're in neutral. I'm pulling the clutch. Hit the button right here. Nice. I love the Road King. Absolutely love the Road King. Alright, so we're going to do a solo drive. We're not going as a group this time. So they kind of changed things up a little bit. Alright, so for the clutch, I always like to kind of feel where the clutch is before you take off. So it's just a little bit right there before you hit the friction zone. I like to kind of play with the friction zone before I start out. Alright, so the brakes, the back brakes, pretty nice. Actually, out of all the bikes that I rode, these probably are the best back brakes out of all the bikes. And the super slow speed stability is really nice because of that really fat front tire. Nice, super smooth. Absolutely love these Road Kings. I'd say this is probably one of my favorites. I say that on every bike. This is my favorite. But it's funny because after riding those other bikes, then you get on a Road King. The Road King is like really so much better. I think it's a bigger bike. It turns easier than like the Fat Boy. The Fat Boy is really kind of hard to turn. So this is kind of like the best of both worlds, where you can have the back brakes are great. I love the back brakes on this one. Probably the best back brakes of any Harley on this. Oh, listen to that. Nice. That's a really nice sound to it. Kind of the other thing that I noticed on this one is on a lot of the other bikes, like the Street Bob and the Fat Boy, you can really feel more of the road vibration up through the handlebars. This one is like silky smooth. You can't feel the engine vibration on this one. It's like super nice. Wow. Alright, so I think Road King is my next purchase. This is awesome. Look at that. I'm going 60. It's like effortless to go 60. Oh, it's absolutely fantastic. Wow. And it's funny because you don't realize how nice it is unless you actually compare side by side to other bikes. The more bikes you ride, the more you can really compare as far as which one's which. Oh, there's a cop. You got me going 55. I don't know what this feeling is. This is a demo ride. Alright, so almost no vibration at all through the handlebars or the seat. And on this one it seems like the seat's a lot more plush than the Fat Boy or the Street Bob. Wow, this one's super nice. Kind of the weird thing is almost you have like a almost like a backward stance, which is weird because I'm almost like pulling back on the handlebars, like slightly leaning back instead of like leaning forward or straight up and down, which is weird because it has gives you a weird pull on your arms. I got a bad feeling about this because I felt some drops. I think I'm going to get soaked. Looking up at the rain clouds, we're going to get soaked. I love this bike. And the other interesting thing about this bike is it's so big and heavy that it doesn't really have the crazy, insane acceleration that you'd see on some of the other bikes. Like, I actually just got off the Sportster S, and that thing was like super fast. I'm thinking it had some kind of must have had some kind of like anti-wheelie technology on it, because it felt like you could pick up the front end. Where on this one, it definitely feels like there's no way you can pick up the front end on this, because it's not like, you know, and that's kind of a pro and con too, because if you get a bike that's too fast, where the front end feels like it's going to lift up, the problem is that you really can't use all that power. Like, I was on the that was like full throttle. That's plenty of power. Not quite as super fast as some of the bikes, but it's pretty quick. I'd say so far, pretty much none of the Harley Davidsons really have a problem where you lift up the front end. I was on the KTM Super Duke, and that thing, you really couldn't use all the throttle, because if you gave it too much gas, you'd start picking up the front end on that one. So sometimes you kind of have to watch. I think the Pan America is kind of like that, and then some of those actually have the anti-wheelie technology, so it's so nice. We're going 70 is buttery smooth on this thing. Wow. Alright, so this is my new favorite. This is my new favorite bike, the Road King. And the cool thing about the Road King too is that you have the bags on the side where you can put in some luggage. You know, you can go to the grocery store and get some stuff and put it in your bike, versus some of the other ones, they didn't really have that storage, unless you get something really big, like an Ultra Limited or something. But I think the Ultra Limiteds are more for like you know, really hardcore highway driving, where Road King would be like kind of a mix. You could ride on the highway, but I don't know if you'd want to, you know, be without a windshield for like 10 hours on the highway, especially in the rain, like it's raining right now. And I kind of wish I had a windscreen when it's raining, because otherwise you get completely soaked. At least the windshield kind of deflects some of the water. So I like on my I actually ride a Dyna Street Bob, and it actually has a windshield that you can just pop on and off, which is really nice, because if it's raining and you want to go for a ride, or there's a chance of rain, you can pop that on. If you hit a little bit of rain, it kind of deflects a lot of that rain. Versus on this one, yeah, I'm gonna get completely soaked. Completely soaked. Alright, so I'm gonna open my visor a little bit, just because it's gonna fog up really bad. Alright, so wow, the back brakes. Wow, the back brakes are really good on this one. Super good. Alright, so this is my new favorite. The best back brakes, the best suspension, the most fun. Well, maybe not the most fun. I'd say that Sportster S was probably the most fun. That thing was insane. But they're all slightly different. Whoa! Oh! So yeah, I got to be real careful, because I almost wiped out on that corner. So I gave it gas around the corner and it's starting to rain, which is the worst time to actually get aggressive when it first starts raining. And my back tire kind of slipped out a little bit. So I think the hot rodding is over now that it's starting to rain a little bit. I definitely don't want to wreck their new bike here. So I'm going to pick it up a little bit. There's a guy behind me, so you can kind of feel what it's like to go 70. So this is really nice, going fast. If I got another bike, yeah, it'd probably be a Road King Special. This is pretty sweet. So the other thing is it's kind of interesting. My knees do come about most of the tank here, but it's not too bad. It's really comfortable. Nothing really hurts, which is good. You know, sometimes your tailbone can hurt, or you have some weird pains from the seat being too hard. This is like a really super soft seat. This is probably up there with the I'd say up there with the like ultra limited seat. Really super plush. I'd say it's even nicer than probably the Goldwing. Last year I actually rode the Honda Goldwing. I'd say this is nicer seat than the Goldwing. This is a pretty nice bike. Yeah, see if I can outride the rain here. There's a little bit of rain going north. I felt one little thing of, I think it was hail. I definitely don't want to get hailed on, especially without a windscreen. Alright, so pretty stable. I'm almost a little bit nervous that it's starting to rain. The road got a little bit wet going around the curves too fast. You have to kind of watch that in the rain. But this thing is it feels like a tank rolling down the road. Really super solid. Super solid. And let me tell you, once you get used to no windscreen, you'll never go back. It's so fun with just being in the wind. Of course, I don't know if I'd want to go 80 miles an hour for like 8 hours. Alright, so let's see, really good back brakes. Don't even have to use the front at all. You know, some of those bikes you have to use the back and the front. This one, nope. You can use all back brake. Yeah, there's no way you can pick up the front end on this. Going 60 already. Yeah, that was like full out throttle there. Pretty nice, pretty quick, very quick. I'd say probably quicker than any car on the road. Not as quick as some of the motorcycles though. Some of them are just scary quick. I think that Sportster S was probably one of the scariest quick Harley Davidsons that I've ever been on. That thing was crazy. Of course, it was so light. That's the other thing you have to think about on some of those really quick bikes. A lot of them are really light. And the lighter they are, the faster they'll go. This one's just feels like it's a heavy bike. One of the things I like about this bike though is it doesn't have the fairing. The fairing can kind of give you kind of a top heavy feel where you pull up to the stop sign, it feels like it's just gonna fall over, and you kind of have to really, you know, get a real good control on the bike so it doesn't fall over. But on this one, yeah, it's very solid, very stable. Very fun. It's a very fun bike. This one, I don't know. If you actually put like a windshield on this, I think you could cruise cross country. You know, you could probably do it without a windshield. You know, with the rain, I don't know. Especially if it started hailing, that'd be pretty brutal without a windshield. But just for short trips, this is perfect. Yeah, it's funny. I've been going down all the different Harley Davidsons on this demo truck. They have like 17 bikes. It's like, oh, you know, I sit on that one. I'm like, oh, I'd buy that one. And then I sit on another one. It's like, oh, I'd buy that one too. I think I'm like up to like 5 already that I'd buy for myself if I had an unlimited budget. All right, so the other kind of interesting thing is this doesn't have a tachometer. I can see. Well, maybe it does. Oh yeah, it does. It has a digital tachometer. Wow. Okay. So check this out. I'm in. Wow. There's a lot of gears. I'm going. Wow. It's really interesting. I'm going 50 in top gear. 2,000 RPM. 2,000. That's crazy. That's really crazy. Yeah, I'm in 4th. So I can go 50 miles an hour in 4th gear very comfortably. Yeah, you could go really fast on this thing. Wow. That's actually quite surprising. Alright, so this is where we turn here. I think we're all on the demo rides through Harley Davidson. I don't know how much of a demo ride we're going to be able to do because of the rain coming in. Alright, I want to pop my visor because it's steaming up. It's very humid. Yeah. Pretty awesome. This bike is geared really interesting. So you can go really fast in 1st gear. It's pretty amazing. It's like I'm going 20 in 2nd gear and it's almost stalling out because it's the gearing is just geared so low or so high, I guess you'd say. Which is interesting. Pull up to stop, no problem. Pretty nice, pretty nice. When I buy this bike, I think this is my number 1 bike that I would buy, the Road King Special. I said that last year after riding a bunch of bikes, but I forgot how nice it was. This is definitely one of my favorites. Definitely one of my favorites. The slow speed stability is really super nice. It's like you can go really super slow and it's really super stable. Really super stable. It's super nice. Alright, let's see if I can get it back into neutral. Neutral, buttery smooth, jump into neutral. Nice. That was pretty awesome. I could take this bike out all day. That's an incredible bike right there. Alright, so there you have it. That is the 2022 Road King Special with the 114. Alright guys, thanks for watching, thanks for coming along, and I will see you next time.